Good morning and happy EMS Week 2019. A little bit later start this morning than I had hoped, and unfortunately I think my neighborhood got up. Had a late night, late flight, just tried to recover a little bit today, and was just late getting out here, so I think I have somebody pressure washing, and I think somebody's dog's barking from time to time. Sorry about that. Wanted to talk about EMS education today. It's not a hard program to get into. EMT is just one semester. That said, it's not an easy semester, so I don't want to say it's easy to do. It's a very difficult job to do, and the education is difficult. It has to match that. We are potentially dealing with someone's life every day that we go to work. So the training is not necessarily the easiest, but it is something that is doable for just about anybody. EMT is one semester, normally meets 2 to 3 times a week depending on the program, so figure about 10 to 12 hours a week for about 16 weeks. We do have clinicals with it, so you will be riding on the ambulance. Typically you'll do 3 shifts on the ambulance, 12-hour shifts on the ambulance, and 1 12-hour shift in the emergency department. Now at Northwest-Shoals, we also we have you do a shift at the 911 center, so you can kind of see what dispatch is like and what it's like to get the calls, and to learn a little bit about how to communicate with the ambulances and how to communicate with our dispatchers. If you want to go on beyond that, advanced EMT is just one semester again, and it's actually a little bit shorter in hours. We normally meet for about 10 hours a week for about 16 weeks, but you will do a little bit more clinicals. You'll do, again, 3 more ambulance rides, 3 12-hour shifts on the ambulance, and you'll do 3 12-hour shifts in the emergency department. And sometimes we'll have you go to a surgery center so you can practice your more advanced airway techniques. But it's definitely doable. Now, paramedic is definitely more challenging because that is where we dive deep into things like anatomy and physiology and pathophysiology and pharmacology, cardiology, and then trauma and medical emergencies. We spend a total of 3 semesters, and you're going typically 2 full days a week. So figure about 8 hours a day, twice a week for a year. And the clinicals are much more extensive. We spend about 300 to 400 hours on an ambulance, the emergency department, in specialized units like OB and pediatrics and ICU, where you're learning everything you can about emergency medicine. So that is definitely a much more challenging program. But again, it is doable. If it is what you want to do and you want to join this team that makes a difference every day, you want to make a difference to your family and your community and your healthcare system, it is definitely doable. We have students that do it every year. But I also want for those non-EMSers to understand that while this is just in essence from beginning of EMT to paramedic, about a 2-year program, there's a lot that they have to learn. And it's not just ambulance driving. There's so much more that we go into with all the different ologies, as I like to call them: pathophysiology, anatomy and physiology, cardiology, endocrinology, pharmacology. Did I mention that one? We spend a lot of time learning about medications and how they affect the body. Sorry, the dog was going crazy, but I think they just let him in, so hopefully it'll be a little bit quieter now. So where were we? Oh yes, paramedics, 3 semesters, and the clinicals. So there's a lot that goes into that. So once you get your EMT or your advanced EMT or your paramedic license, you may think that's the end, and it is not. There's a dreaded March 31st deadline for all of us to meet our national registry requirements. In the EMT level, you have to complete 30 hours of continuing education over a 2-year period, and that's always going to be due every second year on March 31st. Advanced EMT is 45 hours, and paramedic is 60 hours. Now this is above and beyond the daily briefings and in-services and new equipment and other things that we have to learn about. This is formalized continuing education that is provided to us, or the outline is provided to us by National Registry, and we develop courses around these to meet these requirements. And you can see down this list, there's a long list of things that we have to cover in those 60 hours. So we meet that, and then you're allowed to reapply and continue to be nationally registered EMT or paramedic. Now, some services also have a much more extensive credentialing process where you meet with your medical control physician and review simulated calls with them and review skills with them, and they check you off. So that's something else that we have to do every year or every other year, depending on how your service does it. So that's a little bit about what it takes to become an EMT and to become a paramedic. Again, EMT is 1 semester, and then you'll do 48 hours of clinicals, and then 30 hours every 2 years of continuing education. Advanced EMT, again, 1 semester. You'll do about 72 to 80 hours of clinicals, and then you'll have to do 45 hours of continuing education every 2 years. And then the paramedic is 3 semesters, and I don't even know exactly how many hours that works out to be, but you end up doing, in addition, about 300 to 400 hours worth of clinicals, and then every 2 years you'll have 60 hours of continuing education. Again, if you would like to join the team that makes a difference, if you would like to do this for your profession and know that every day you are helping someone, we would love to help you at Northwest-Shoals. Give me a call or leave a comment below, or call our EMS department. Our number is 256-331-5436. I'll put a number in the link below, and we would love to help you out. And if you need continuing education, we also offer all of the NCCP classes. That'll make sense to the EMS people. But in addition, we offer all the alphabet classes, the ACLS and PALS and PEP and ITLS and BLS and any of those other classes that you may need. So look forward to hearing from you, and hopefully we can help you, and hopefully this gives you a little bit of an idea of what is required to become an EMT and a paramedic. Happy EMS Week.